What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today we're going to be getting into part two of King the Conqueror limited series that ran from 2021 to the end of 2021. Maybe ran into early 2022, but Only Myself Left to Conquer is the name of this chapter. Writers are Jackson Lansing, Colin Kelly, artist is Carlos Magno, and the colorist is Espen Grutentjern. And if you remember from our last video of issue one, we come across Nathaniel Richards in the 31st century, uh, wanting more to explore, wanting to gain more knowledge, more adventure in his life because humanity had peaked into the ultimate um, perfect society, so to speak. And as he was out uh, finding adventure, he'd come across some ruins that he came, that were of Doctor Doom, and realizing that some of the history that may be around that, and then Kang came from the future to bring Nathaniel back to the past during the creationist period to train him of mind and body. Nathaniel turned on Kang after he destroyed a tribe that accepted Nathaniel in and the woman he loved, Ravona. When he leaves the Creacious area, leaving Kang behind, killing him during the Great Ice Age, he finds himself in Ramatut's time period in Egypt, and that's where we pick up today. Here is, there was some variant covers, but this is cover I have. Uh, we have the Crimson Centurion, and Ramatut, Immortus Kang, all versions of the same person. As soon as he appears into um, said past or future of where he was at, he comes across a Moon Knight, and this may be one of the earlier avatars of the Moon Knight. And we find out that this particular avatar is Ravona. And he's curious about how that's possible when she was a member of that tribe back during that time period where King brought Nathaniel back to train his body and mind. So it seems like, just like him, how he's intrinsically intertwined with time and space, it seems like this love of his Ravona Renslayer is also just as intricate to the timeline, that there's a version of her in every area so far that he shows up in. And I think that for a lot of his motivation initially started off with Ravona Renslayer. We also see him taking on the Iron Lad um, persona here through the technology he has, because he was also at one point Iron Lad. So that was part of the Young Avengers team. So there's a part of Nathaniel that's always been, like I said, a part of the Marvel history and comics throughout its entirety at different time periods. But when he was Iron Lad, I believe that he was uh, portraying himself as a good guy. I did not exactly read that storyline, so I'm not sure how that ended up coming out. So I don't want to really speak on a story that I'm not too familiar with, and act as if I do know. We also come across, I'm just trying to remember here, um, and the ones, God King. Yeah. So at one point, the Scarlet Centurion here goes against none other then Apocalypse. I'm just trying to get all that in there because it's one of those double page splash scenes there. So this is where Apocalypse and Ramatut try to fight for the control of Egypt there, and I guess Nathaniel is trying to um, keep his control, so to speak, but at the same time, we also see how the Fantastic Four make their way to face Ramatut as they travel through time for the first time. So Ramatut is eventually defeated by the Fantastic Four, and Nathaniel, realizing that his version of himself is now defeated, feels like in order to prevent the Kang that he's meant to become, and to help someone else gain revenge on Ramatut, Nathaniel proceeds to go to Apocalypse for help, and that's where the issue ends. Um, Nathaniel making terms to team up with Apocalypse. Now we'll see in the next issue if he accepts that proposal. I will say in the next couple issues, Doctor Doom also makes an appearance, and we dive even deeper into uh, Kang's origin story. We see that, are we meant to be who we're meant to be, or is there a way for us to change the future? If a version of us comes back and tells us that we're meant to do something, and we try everything to avoid that, and it winds up happening anyway, does that mean then that no matter what I do, I'm meant to do the thing that I'm meant to do? And it's a really interesting time, interesting conversations to have when it surrounds time traveling. Um, it seems like Nathaniel's trying to set things in motion for his past, well, for his future to happen, but kind of change it to where he doesn't become the king that he met. We'll only discover in time if that happens or not. And it's really, again, an interesting read with Ant-Man and the Quantumania, uh, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania movie coming out. I think it's a great time to start picking up on some history with Kang. Feel free to start checking this limited series out. Let me know what variation of Kang that you like. Do you like the Ramatut? Do you like the Nathaniel Iron Lad? You let me know down below. And again, thank you for stopping by, and I hope that I earned that subscription today. And if I did, you hit that red subscribe bar, you hit that like button, and yeah, help support us here at the channel. And until next time, peace, Knuckles.